Y'all got stuff going on. We all got stuff going
Hello,
on.
folks. Welcome to Fandango Friday. I was running 2 minutes late, doing some other stuff that really wasn't that important. All right, so I'm here in Louisiana with Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Beverage Ramble is in Georgia, and Elbow 88 is in Florida.
Cigar reviews.
All
Hello,
right,
Elmo. How are you?
Hey guys, cheers.
there's Sean's link. Now, tonight, I'm bringing in a repeat of last week because I brought Stillhouse black bourbon and I did it at room temperature, but I wanted to see how it would compare from being really cold. You understand? So Stillhouse black bourbon is 40% alcohol. They came out in 2010, so they've been around 14 years. Now we have William joining from North Carolina.
Oh, guys.
Hello, good evening. Now, what do you have, Beverage Ramble, tonight?
All right. Hey, William. Hello, Elbow.
Uh,
And Mr. T. I have Henry McKenna. As I said I was going to bring, I've left it in the freezer, but it's all right. 40%. Sour mash, all that good stuff. And sour mash, 40%, 80 proof, of course. And I'm having that, smoking my cigar. There you go.
Excellent.
Weekend is here, boys. All right.
Yeah.
Pour a little
Okay,
bit.
now,
Not much. Pour a little bit. There you go. Hey, Dave.
how come you taste so good from Louisiana there?
Look at I found.
Oh, you found it.
Like a day late and a dollar short, huh?
Yeah, 2 days late.
All right.
Sorry that happened to you.
Keep it up. I know where you live. All right. So tonight, am I on? Online?
Well, we're gonna get to you. We got some other guys. Okay, now, Elbow, what do you have?
Tonight I brought some rum. Cruzan or Cruzan, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I don't think it matters. But
Croissant.
Cruzan aged dark rum. So we'll take a look at that.
Yes, I have a bottle of Cruzan Aged Dark.
Yeah, it's reasonably priced. It's only $10 a bottle for $7.50. And so I usually either have Cruzan or Bacardi, but tonight I'm bringing Cruzan to the party. So
Okay, I want everybody to check their volume because I'm getting a little squeal on somebody there.
Just delete us all at once, and then bring us back on. Then you can locate the squeal. Then you
Yeah,
can
I could. Well, I don't have to delete you. I could just do it by muting people and bringing it back. But I'll track it down. It's no big
That's
deal.
what I meant. I mean, actually, like delete us.
Oh yeah.
Volume.
Okay. Now, William, what do you have tonight?
I got two products. I thought I might do a matchup here. One of them here I have. This is one of my really go-tos. Is Melicorn bottled in box. I would buy it just for the label, but it happens to be also good. And this product has almost got a cult following now online. Bartenders really like to use it. It makes a very good mixer, and it's if you want to see for the educational purpose just what whiskey is before it's aged, and not just some of these cheaper corn knockoff whiskeys. This is a good place to start right here, bottled in bond. And I also have another product of lesser quality product. This is what I have left of this, I might mix together. This is Four Loko pregame. This is their peach variant. Four Loko pregame was brought out a couple of years ago to compete with the Johnny Bootlegger in the Alco Pop non-carbonated section. These are non-carbonated. And with the Johnny Bootlegger, you get a glass bottle. With this, you get a plastic.
Yeah.
But they're basically the same product, an Alco Pop for people who want to get drunk but don't like alcohol. That's pretty much. This is just a basic alcohol delivery system. You know, for what? And if you like it sweet, soda-like products, you'll like it.
Yeah.
I thought I might take a sip of each and then maybe just mix them together and, you know, stir and see what it turns out like.
When I was in Tuscaloosa, Alabama back in June, I bought a bottle of Johnny Bootlegger sour apple, Alcatraz sour apple, and wasn't bad, 13.9.
Yeah, this one clocks in at 13.9 too.
But they've got to be dead cold.
Yeah, the parent company for these is called Fusion Project, Phusion. One of their other products is the high gravity earthquake malt liquor. So,
yeah, they're regular unflavored beer, and when you taste it, then you realize why they flavor their stuff. So
yeah, the earthquake high gravity. You know, I don't know if they want to promote that too much, but anyway.
now, how come you taste so good? What do you have tonight?
How come you taste so good? I got brown sugar bourbon. This is 103. I know nothing about this. You called me and said, hey, they got the brown sugar 103 for a certain price. I said, okay, pick it up. I'll pay you. I don't even know how much this cost. I forgot. What was it, like 12 bucks or something? 13, 15? Somewhere around there.
It was $3.99.
Okay, it was $3.99.
Not off by much.
All right. At that giveth price, I don't expect much from this except sweet and burning at 103 proof. It's bottled by BSB Spirits, St. Louis, Missouri. Interesting. I don't know any distillers in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, we're going to look at the history of that.
It's brown water. Going to enjoy.
There's an interesting history with this product, actually, and we'll get into that. It's kind of a convoluted kind of a history that's caught up with the events of 2020, but they hit the market just at the wrong time. Okay, check a few comments out. Oh, Alex was talking to all the people.
This is another $5 chuck.
Yeah, now I saw that at Walmart and it was about $23, so we got a deal, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you know, I see some of the stuff we get for deals and it's like all over the place, like this thing right here. You know, we got these for $10 a while back, and this is retail for $36.99.
Yeah, $9.99. That was amazing. Okay, let me go get my bottle.
Amazing. This one was amazing. This one was.
Oh yeah, that's the deal.
Amazing one.
Deal of the century. $9.99.
$9.99. This one retails at $69.99. So you just in these parts, you just wait until it goes on sale, and it'll go on sale. You don't even have to.
Unreal. Yeah, that was unreal. Still can't get over that. All right.
Some days you get kicking, some days you get the feathers. If you can find a great deal, that's something.
Yeah, it's like
sugar.
Things come to those who wait, and we wait.
Okay, so I have the still house. You can see it's frosty because I pulled it out the freezer. Now, last week I brought it room temperature. It was nice, but it wasn't too fabulous. And then I did a solo review from the refrigerator, not the freezer. It was pretty good, but the problem is I sat outside in the afternoon and it warmed up so fast. it basically got warm before I could really get into it, but it was a little chill on it. But this,
So I noticed you and John both are bringing products on that have been in a freezer. What is the whole? What do you hope to get out of it by sticking it in the freezer?
I guess maybe a little smoother. I guess, or I don't have really much of a cool space.
I think you're going to be surprised with that McKenna that smoothest on at the dollar, at the price point on that.
Yeah, $13.99.
When we were kids, I'd see people put like Goldschlager in the freezer. That was it. I just don't. I don't understand the whole freezer aspect. So I was hoping.
yeah, in my case, I don't really hope to get anything out of it. I'm just doing it for comparison, just to see if there's any kind of difference. If there is, it's probably going to be minimal, honestly, but can't hurt. All right, so I poured it.
For gimmicks. Okay.
It's not a gimmick. It's a comparison. All right, so
Gimmick.
so there it is again. It's a dark amber, copper brown. I would call it tan, like a light brown. So on the website, I'll do a presentation, but it won't be for long.
So do you think it got brown because of the coffee beans caused that?
It probably had a good deal to do with it, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's Bacardi Limited, our family of brands. Of course, the rums. The biggest one is that one. But and then you've got some that I've never heard of, like Saint Teresa. I don't even know what that is, Saint Teresa. They got Breezer, that's a Canadian product. We don't get that here. And then they've got Grey Goose. Well, that's pretty common, actually quite common. Russian Prince, never heard of it. It's a value brand, obviously. Stillhouse. So here we go.
That said Stillhouse vodka. You're drinking Stillhouse whiskey. Huh.
They're just showing one of the cans. So this is the link to the website. Here's the website, and we view the products. I'd be curious to try all of them because they're not bad. I've had the cherry. I really like the spiced cherry. And here's the that's the original. Sorry, hit the wrong button. That wasn't bad. Tried that at your house. Okay, so here's the black bourbon. So age it in the coffee beans or age coffee beans in it. They don't really specify if they put the beans in a barrel or if after they barrel age it, they add beans and let it rest in those for a little while. But whatever the case, they filter it obviously because there's no sediment. They're showing a bottle busting, whereas the can is safe. But yep. All right, an old leather football helmet. All right, landed the free home of the unbreakable. So I'll describe it in a little bit. Now we're going to go to Jean, and he's going to show. Wait, before it warms up, let me just taste it real fast because I'm on a temperature specific issue right now. I think being real cold, it brings out a little bit of the acrid coffee bean more than when it was at room temperature. I don't know why that would be.
I would think if it was hotter, that would happen.
I know, but it's the opposite. So yeah, does it make a big thing? Does it make a significant change?
I think it's because all theories of physics.
Does it make a significant change? I wouldn't think so, but it does make a change. And I would have to say probably chilling it in the freezer is a better option. But now,
hold on, Jay. Hold on. Let me just pop what I need to put on here because I'm looking at the website right now at Heaven Hill Distillery, and it's not really giving me anything about Henry.
Yeah, don't worry. I got a backup. I got a backup plan.
Well, I need to read it too, so but.
Right. Well, there ain't nothing to read, so you'll see what I mean.
Yes, Alex. It's going to be a strong one.
So I keep seeing the 10-year. I got the regular standard one here. So
just be patient, John. You'll see what I mean.
All right. So anyway, guys, we're here tonight. Of course, Henry McKenna. Yeah, looks like they forgot to add that site I didn't see. They forgot to add that to this one. The other one's more fancier, but yeah, Henry McKenna, 80%,
80 proof.
80 proof, 40%. As you can see right here, the glass. We're not doing the tasting and do all that right now, are we?
No, the only reason I did mine is because I had that temperature issue I needed to deal with.
Even
Look, this is the website for Henry McKenna. This is what you're looking at. It's a list of what they sell.
but no description, nothing of this. That's the part I'm trying to.
No, it's 80 proof. It's telling you it's 80 proof, and you can get it in the handle, a liter bottle, or a 750. That's all they tell you.
Yeah, 750
You
is
could
what I
always
have.
go to other sources. I mean, you don't have to go straight to the bourbon source. You can go to like review channels and stuff.
I know, but he wanted the website listing, but that's what they show. That's how much they want to promote it. You see,
which is pathetic.
That's because they want to promote the 10-year more. They can get more
exactly.
They can get more coin from the 10-year than you can the regular.
So
that's right.
Right now, I'm getting a nice vanilla and aroma in this little caramel, but like you said, guys, it's like they're promoting the other brand, and like I said, I did see the handle. The handle's is in plastic bottles. I know, David, you're not a big fan of plastic.
You're not good to the plastic side.
So, but I have the glass tonight.
In the plastic side.
So, I've got glass tonight. So, but yeah, so far it's going down pretty smooth, nice, reasonably priced. Good some of the aroma of it. So, there you go. And I'll find something I can describe what I'm tasting. So, if it's someone,
so you already tasted it, and this is a sour mash. Most sour mashes have a very distinctive, similar flavor.
Right.
Like a bagel.
Like 10 high. Like 10 high, for example.
Yeah, it's like a bagel, like a sourdough bagel.
Yep.
Right.
And I love bagels. A little bit of cream cheese, a little salmon on top of it. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love bagels. I'm gonna eat one next week.
Elbow, what you say here?
I got some rum tonight there, Dave.
Awesome. That's
Instead, unlike tequila, which only can be made in Mexico, rum can be made anywhere. So it's usually in the Caribbean island nations that produce it because it comes from sugarcane, and sugarcane, the climate, in the Caribbean is conducive to growing sugarcane. So anyway, this comes from the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix. Bacardi is like from Puerto Rico now. They started in Cuba. There's some other rums like Appleton is Jamaica. Barbancourt is Haiti.
Yep.
Goslings is Bermuda. So anyway, all around those island nations has been the rum producers, but it's also made anywhere. In fact, there's a rum producer right here in Florida that I visited. It's Siesta Key rum. They're down in Sarasota. But anyway, let's try this cruise on. This is the aged dark rum. Now it says it's distilled and aged for 2 years in charred oak casks, and then they ship it somewhere to be bottled and packaged. I think they ship it to the United States somewhere where they bottle it. But anyway, there it is. Thank you for bringing up the website.
And aged 2 to 4 years, actually, 2 to 4 years.
Yeah, because they have a light rum as well, and that's only aged, I think, up to 2 years. So yeah, 2 to 4 on this. But anyway, let's give it a pour. Check it out. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe they add a little caramel color to it to give it that darker look. I don't think they have to. I don't think there's any rules about adding a little caramel to it. But anyway, there it is in the glass, and
I would say that probably the darkness may come from molasses, since you're dealing with rum.
Yeah, and the aging and the barrels and stuff. But This is slow talk. I'm thinking they may add, well, maybe they don't. I don't know. You know,
Also, you want to let the people know how long the distillery's been there?
yeah, well, they started years ago. Look, 1760. They've been through different owners. It's now owned by Suntory Holdings, Beam Suntory. They acquired it in 2008, so it's their product now. So Suntory is like the third biggest liquor distributor, liquor producer, behind Diageo's number one, Pernod Ricard number two, and Suntory. I read somewhere it's number three, but anyway, I used to always buy Bacardi, and I don't know. A friend of mine went to St. Croix. You know, naturally he had the Cruzan rum out there, and so I drank some Cruzan with him, and I find it's
There's their coloring agent. They just showed it.
yeah, okay, that's some
Blast.
molasses, I guess. Yeah,
Cruising's pretty decent. That's a pretty good rum.
It's
yeah,
popular. I see it around a lot.
yeah. I think
One
it's
of
a
the
great
times.
basic rum. It's like Bacardi, I would think. It's to me they're interchangeable. You know, if you want something a
I
little,
bought it one time a while back, and I was actually surprised at how well it was against Bacardi, because back then we just get Bacardi. That was the go-to. And so this one was a few dollars cheaper than Bacardi, and I figured I'd try it, pick it up. It was actually pretty good, and I believe I did get the dark. So I prefer the dark rums over the light rums.
yeah. So usually I'll mix rum with Coke and just have a rum and Coke. I don't often drink it neat like I would tequila, but there it is in the neat version. I just had a taste, and it tastes good. It's a nice, there's a sweetness there naturally.
There's
And,
no burn to that rum, I would say.
yeah, I would agree with that, John. Yeah, it is.
Y'all ever seen red rum?
Oh yeah, like Panama Red.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Hey, now Elbow, do you know why they call it Cruzan?
Not exactly. No.
It named it.
Because people that live on the island of St. Croix, their nickname is, they call them Croizans. Croizans.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's good information. Good to know. I know they make a drink over there called the Cruzan Confusion, and it's got a bunch of different rums in it, you know. But anyway, just for a regular good old rum and Coke, this is what I got tonight: the aged dark rum out of the Virgin Islands. So
Yeah, and they do a lot of contract distilling also for some other brands because I guess they got a lot of capacity. I'd like to go there and visit that distillery, honestly.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Now, William.
I poured out a shot of the mellow corn here, a Heaven Hill product. To be considered a corn whiskey, it must be at least 80% corn. Most of your bourbons are in the 70% range, 70 to 75. I think with the mellow corn here, they use aged barrels rather than new barrels, but it is aged for 4 years. And I really like this. Like I said, it's sort of an outlier if you enjoy bourbon, but it's still basically the basis of a bourbon. So I really enjoy this. And I just got the other one here. I had about a half a bottle of that Four Loko pregame left. I thought I'd just try to mix them up together. I'll take a shot of each one of them, a swig, and then mix them together and see what the concoction tastes like.
You want to read the mellow corn right up here, or?
Oh, that's
Jay, you're gonna have to blow the font the
Okay, yeah, the size, yeah.
if you hold the control key and then scroll your mouse ball up and down, you can do that quicker.
Yeah, it's big now.
I'm just trying to give you some IT shortcuts. That's all.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Now I got a big.
Yeah, that's newly charged oak barrel. Newly charred oak barrels at the production.
William, can you read it out loud?
Let me see. I'll have to probably blow up my screen here on my.
Okay.
This is a
Can we read it for you?
Yeah, if you don't mind. If you
Okay, it says mellow corn is produced in accordance with a unique set of regulations that define straight corn whiskey. It is distilled from mash of at least 80% corn and aged for 4 years in a once-used bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
Compared to the deep amber color created by the newly charred oak barrels in the production of our other bourbons and American whiskeys. Results of the used bourbon is a lighter, straw-colored spirit. Heaven Hill Distillery is one of the few remaining producers of this unique whiskey. It's 100 proof, aged 4 years. Then it says how to enjoy. So we can click on that, it'll tell us how to enjoy it. It's got several recipes. It gives up fancy cocktails, for the bouginess.
Horse's neck.
Yeah.
Every side car, bee's knees, boulevard ear, Bernheim buck, Kentucky jewel, room temperature Manhattan, and kneecap by Megan Dorman.
I generally keep one of these on stock per se.
Gold Rush, old fashioned Manhattan, Smash and Grab, Forbidden Sour, Mint Julep, Old Pal, and Bourbon and Peach.
It's like you're wondering I'm still alive.
Golden Derby, and that was a Kentucky Mule. Well, my concoction is not any of those. They didn't, so mine didn't make the cut, but I'm going to try it anyway. I cut and pasted something off of for a little bit of amusement, off of the Four Loko website here. It says, life is unpredictable and full of possibility. Chance by chance and moment by moment, we thrive on feeling epic stories that make each night unforgettable. I wouldn't make a note, if you drink a lot of this, you won't be remembering anything. So.
Right, but you might wind up on cops.
Right.
Yeah. At Four Loko, we salute those who dare to live in the moment. Four Loko night should be big, bold, and unexpected. I'm sure it would be unexpected. Like you say, that is the reason why we push boundaries through product innovation and live events. I mean, that just makes you want to grab one right there.
Yeah, and they pushed so many boundaries that the U.S. government cracked down on them 10 years ago.
Yeah. They pushed a little too far, apparently. But like I said, alcohol delivery system, 13.9. You don't have to drink too much before you get a nice buzz, and, hang with your buddies. And these are, for what they are, I think they're pretty well made. I think they avoid some of the medicinal, petroleum-like alcohol taste flavor you can get in some of these really rot gut products, or the hobo wines and these type of things. They can really get very boozy and alcoholic. But these are, go down pretty easy, I think, for what they are.
Yeah, and like somebody was saying, I was watching a video this morning before I went to work, and a guy was saying if they're really, really, really bad, they don't stay around.
Yeah.
Right.
They disappear.
People stop buying them regardless.
Now we're going to look at, for a minute, the website for brown sugar bourbon, which got bought out. It got bought, well, actually it was sold to a different person earlier this year, and they changed it. So the one you have is no longer made, but there's a lot of backstock of it. Okay. That's why we got it so cheap. Yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder if some of the stuff was just given to retailers. The price was sold for. Like promotion bottles. Hey, we got this promotion bottle. You want to go ahead and try it? You can sell it for whatever we suggest you sell it for. I used to work for Coca-Cola back in the day, and if a retailer bought X amount of cases, they got so many cases free, and they could either resell those or do whatever they want to do with them. So it's all just part of the shtick of getting more shelf. And that was the old days we used to do business like that. Now it's all AI. Anyway, brown sugar bourbon. Don't know much about it. Like I said, Jay picked this up for me. He found it at a phenomenal price. I said, sure, I'll take it. Then he asked me a foolish question. Do you want the 81 or you want the 103? I was like, so anyway, we're sitting here with the 103. I guess y'all know what. I guess y'all can figure out what the answer that was. Yeah, 51.5% alcohol. This is a bourbon whiskey with natural brown sugar and cinnamon flavors with caramel color added.
Caramel.
It's very dark, almost as dark as the woodwork. Well, it's darker than the woodwork on this. See if there's any more description on this. There's a website, brownsugarbourbon.com. Don't know if that's where we're at.
No, I got off of that because they're showing a 70 proof Jamie Foxx concoction now. Jamie Foxx bought it. Here's the here's Total Wine. Total Wine still has it in stock.
So I have never tried this. So this is the first cracking open. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
Yeah. They have a little write-up about it.
Sugar. Has a slight molasses smell to it. I can smell the cinnamon. It's interesting. This would probably, just off the nose, I would say this would be a great mixer with something. The cinnamon is pretty predominant. So give it a little pour, color, as you can see. Also same color as what Jay was drinking.
Yeah.
Kind of a dark amber to a brown. It's bubbles hanging around. I don't know why. There's bubbles hanging around.
That's kind of strange, yeah.
Those kind of, look, they're still there. Bubbles.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. And this is a clean glass, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. Yeah, it smells like a rum.
I know it was made in Washington State by an independent company, and then they got discouraged because they launched it right when COVID started. So all their promotional events,
I don't know what's happening with that.
all their events were canceled, and then they sold it off to Luxco, and Luxco sold it to Jamie Foxx.
Because he's a distiller.
Yeah, he's not a distiller. He might have got saddled with something he's going to be sorry he got stuck with. But anyway.
Didn't he come down with some condition?
Yeah, he got really ill. Oh, deathly ill, actually. But he never really told people what it was. All right, we're going to come back to you, give a full review in a minute and score. As far as mine, I'm going to score this black bourbon from Stillhouse. Stillhouse is an interesting company. Like you talked about gimmicks earlier. Me putting it in the freezer was not a gimmick, but
I just thought that was one of your own gimmicks to review it again. So close.
No, but selling it in a varnish can, a can that you would buy varnish or varnish. That is a gimmick. But it seems to be a successful gimmick because Stillhouse seems to be doing all right.
And remember, folks, it's also good on your lawnmower. I'm just kidding. Kidding.
All right.
Good on your lawnmower.
I didn't hear what you said. On your lawn? Your lawn?
Lawnmower.
No.
On lawn?
No, don't put ethanol in your lawnmower. I was using that ethanol. I used that ethanol gasoline in my lawnmower to destroy the engine.
What do they take his liquor and fuel his engines with them again?
So I
Everclear, maybe.
would like to try the Stillhouse green apple, and there are other flavors, but it all remains to be seen.
Look at these colors, how close they are. Oh well, can't say this anymore.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
gone.
Right. So I like it. I don't love it. I didn't love the spice cherry, but I like the spice cherry. So I'm gonna score it an 84. Like my score has never changed. Room temperature, chilled, doesn't matter. 84, good, but I'm glad I only paid $3.99 instead of the full price, like $22.99. All right, so, but yeah, it's fine if you find it and you like a coffee tweaked. It's not really coffee flavored. It's more like a coffee tweaked whiskey. Why not? What the heck?
Okay, so question about that whiskey again and the consistency of it. There's a reason why you graded an 84. Man who grades everything just about an A. Did you find that the whiskey itself had more of a coffee presence, more of or like an organic presence of coffee to it, as opposed to whiskey, coffee flavored whiskey?
You could tell that they had obviously.
When you brew a really good cup of coffee, there seems to be like some kind of a residue of the coffee bean left in the coffee. Did you find that with this whiskey?
Okay, give me a chance. I'm going to explain it. So it tastes.
My question.
Okay, it tastes like they actually took the whole bean black coffee, really dark roasted black coffee beans, and they probably poured them in either the barrel or some holding tank and let it rest in the whiskey for probably, I don't know, about a week or two. And then they strained it out. Don't know what they did with the beans. Maybe they sold them as whiskey flavored coffee.
So just to clarify, you're saying whole beans, not ground beans.
Yeah, it tastes like they probably use whole bean.
Have you tasted a product with whole beans before, as opposed to ground beans?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
it's like coffee beans are crap.
But the reason I'm giving it an 84 is because even with all of that, it's sort of on the bland side, and it's not like punching me with a lot of flavor. It's not really standing out, but it's good. It's good, but it's just good. Like even 84 is fine. I'm glad I paid $3.99 instead of $22.99 for the full size. Well, actually, I paid.
Bring it to the duo table.
Yeah, I paid $5.98. I paid $5.98 for the full amount, 750 milliliters, $5.98. So that's what I'm going to score. As far as any promos, Sunday we have Super Sunday. I'm going to bring another ale. Next Wednesday, I know people want to know. Next Wednesday is any Oktoberfest beer, any Oktoberfest beer, Marzen or Fest beer, Oktoberfest, not pumpkin beers, but Oktoberfest, Marzen or Fest beer, like Paul Honor Fest beer or Samuel Adams Oktoberfest or Yingling Oktoberfest, something like that. Shiner Oktoberfest.
I have a prediction for everyone. Jay's beer is going to be Fest beer from Aldi.
That's a good guess, but that's not right. As far as show and tell, Mathern's had this bottle today. Mathern's had this bottle today for $7.99, and this is 4,000 milliliters.
Oh, the good one. Zigawan. Oh, yeah. Burgundy.
Burgundy from Carlo Rossi, and it's not from Burgundy, France. It's from Burgundy, California. Haha. But
I like Burgundy. I like the Pisano too. The Pisano's really good. Pisano Burgundy is really good.
Pisano on sale because it's popular.
They had the Chablis.
Big coin off of that one.
Right. They had the Chablis for $7.99 and Burgundy for $7.99.
Hey, you grab them. You grab them while you can. You grab that deal.
That's $1.49 for a regular bottle. $1.49 for a regular bottle. So
That big bottle is actually designed to bring to your Italian family when y'all having a big dinner on a Sunday.
A bottle of red, a bottle of white.
Yeah. It's not
Anytime you want.
your challenges.
It'll take me 4 months to drink that bottle. Okay.
Now,
That's gonna go rancid before you finish
No,
it,
it
man.
won't. No,
Things
it
are
won't.
different. You cannot leave those things out; they'll turn into vinegar.
no, always in the refrigerator. Always in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Once you open it, even the burgundy,
Why are you buying a gallon jug?
I always threw it in the refrigerator immediately once I opened it. Cracked it open, it's going in the fridge. Especially the reds.
Everyone, you should, as soon as you crack it. If you don't finish it, everyone goes in the fridge. You never
All
leave
right.
it.
All right, now Jean, beverage.
All right. Here we go with Henry McKenna, bourbon sour mash. I found a side of the tasting notes. It mentions caramel and toffee on the tongue, which I've gotten more on the aroma. It's gotten toffee, but I've gotten a little good balance of both of them, the caramel and toffee, without question. It has a little slight oak, little burn, slight down going the end, but it's not too bad for an inexpensive bourbon or sour mash bourbon. So everyone, cheers.
Cheers. And
Cheers.
we know it's aged at least 4 years because it's got no age statement.
No,
Yeah.
so
Again, your product, John, to be quite surprisingly good.
$13.99 is pretty good. Now I'm going to ask you guys on the panel, this one versus 10 high. Which one y'all?
I'll go with Henry McKenna.
Henry McKenna.
Okay. There's 10 highs a little
Sour
expensive.
mash.
Yeah.
Well, 10 high sour mash.
Added or anything like that. It comes from a quality distiller.
10 high is sour mash too, but the problem with 10 high, if you read the label, it says bourbon with natural flavors.
Yeah.
They stick
Right.
vanilla in it.
So
Additional vanilla.
it's going down nice, especially with the cigar. I'm not really feeling that, whatever to it that burn for inexpensive bourbon. This is pretty good for a price, And I didn't get the plastic bottle. That was like $22. So I decided let me get this, and I'm not gonna leave it somewhere in my room. Somewhere I got a little spot in my apartment that's a little cool. I could store it there. But like tonight, I just want to try it, see what it is. Leaving it in the freezer and let it do its thing.
Now,
So,
Jean, I just looked up some technical data. You want to hear it?
go ahead, man.
The U.S. Trademark Office, the United States Trademark Office, has this listed as the trademark first used in commerce on November 10th, 1961. November 10th, 1961.
Wow.
And they said that the original owner of Henry McKenna bourbon was Joseph Seagram's company, and Seagram sold it to Heaven Hill, who is the present owner. So it was introduced by Seagram's and then was acquired by Heaven Hill. Okay, so
I went to another Heaven Hill website. There's another Heaven Hill website that lists all their brands, and really, again, like that one, basically no listing of the Henry McKenna Henry McKenna, with the exception of the new one, the 10-year reserve they have.
Because that's right, because that's what they want people to buy, not the $9.99 one.
And it's $9.99 in our area. The 10-year, if you're lucky, you get between $59.99 and $69.99 if you can find it. But I just want to make a statement.
There are a couple of stores, which is amazing.
They're all the same.
Well, there's a couple of stores I've been to around. Thankfully, the one right here, Tower, where I bought this one at. They had the 750 milliliter bottle. But most of the stores I've been to around Georgia, all they have is the 10-year. That's it. The 10-year, mostly.
Yeah.
Nothing of the original whatsoever. They just don't have it, or maybe choose not to sell it, or not to be bothered with it.
Plain and simple, Sean.
Like
It's
4 or 5.
Get more money. You can get
After
more money
last
from
Friday.
10-year than you can from this.
After the last Friday show we did, I went to a couple of liquor stores trying to find it, and I said, what, I'm just gonna, where my brother lives up in Beaufort, they didn't have it at 2 liquor stores there. They didn't have it.
Obscure places buy it.
Yeah. Only one by me, which is right over here on Beaufort Highway, right here in Doraville, not far from me. They don't know who had that. Both the handle and the 750 milliliter of the original, and yes, they did have the 10-year, but most of they don't have the sour mash 80 proof, but not too bad. And again, for the price, $13.99. Again, very reasonable. Can't go wrong. So I'm going to give the score a 88 out of 100 for this one.
B plus 88.
Yeah. I
would say that tops benchmark.
Can we compare this to benchmark?
Yes.
Benchmark number 8?
Yes.
I would lean.
You got race cars going out there, equal race cars.
I would lean slightly towards benchmark. If I
slightly,
compare this
slightly like how much? Slightly more.
Oh, I think Henry McKenna's a little bit more than benchmark.
How would you score Henry McKenna against this one? I mean, benchmark against Henry McKenna.
I think Henry McKenna will get a higher score than benchmark.
Well, you see this old 1968 ad?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I sit on the couch, sit on a chair, just lazy day, and just sit on a nice bourbon.
Sit on a Wicca-Rocca.
Yep.
1968 Henry McKenna bourbon. Back in those days, it was 86 proof, and it was aged 6 years.
Yes.
Good old days. Good old days when regular whiskey was just regular whiskey and good.
That's it. So that's my score. Very good. Very enjoyable. So
all right.
I have no promos, nothing, and yeah, so that's my score, 88 out of 100, Jay.
Yeah, I'm adding it right now.
So, Jay, I guess you're gonna do something later, right, before the end of the show.
Oh, me? What the hell are you talking about?
All right, let's see who's next. I'll be Elbow.
Get through the show first. Gotta get through the show first.
All right, the Cruzan aged dark rum from St. Croix. I'm going to make a rum and coke here, which is how I usually enjoy it. So I already have the rum poured in the glass. I got Pepsi actually instead of Coke today, but we'll just mix it up here.
Cheeseburger.
It's so easy to make these. It's like one of the easiest mixed drinks to make. You know, just 2 ingredients and you're good to go. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's delicious. Good stuff. I'm always a fan of rum and Coke, and trying different rums is pretty cool. But anyway, I would give this I'll give it a 92. It's an A. I would I bought it many times, so I would buy it again. And like I said, I kind of interchange Bacardi with Cruzan. You know, to me, they're equal. I mean, they're both very reasonably priced. So, if you go up into the aged rums, you'll pay a little more, or from other areas like Appleton. I want to pick up some Appleton rum one of these days. But anyway, I would give it an A. It's makes a great rum and Coke, and you could even put a little lime in there if you want.
Speaking of apples, Elbow, have you ever tried a product called Apple Jack?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've tried it.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
I'm going to pick up a bottle just out of curiosity one day just to see what it's about. It's my understanding it's some kind of a liqueur or a...
Yeah, it's an apple brandy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. That's an old advertisement there. The mellow spirit of the Virgin Islands. Yeah.
So, 1981.
Since that's a French name, should we pronounce it Francais or American? Maybe Cruzan.
What?
Cruzan.
No, it's Cruzan because they call the people that live in St. Croix.
Pronounce it English. Proper.
Yeah, but
I've heard it both ways. I think it's interchangeable.
Yeah, but
potato
listen,
or potato. I don't know. But
the people that live on St. Croix are called Croisians.
Elbow, we're dealing with a former teacher. Okay, so we're all going to be taught a lesson.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's cool. I reap the benefits of that. So, anyway, Elbow 88, I got a channel here on YouTube. So feel free to check that out. I usually do a show Saturday nights, but tomorrow night I'm not going to do the show. So I actually been invited to a party, so I'm not sure if I'll be ready to play when I get back. But anyway, yeah, feel free to check out Elbow 88 for a little music, a little fun, piano, beverage reviews, and whatever. So anyway, but I'm going to finish my rum and coke here and probably have a couple more as the evening goes by.
So on your show, you still sticking to the local beers in your area?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, pretty much because I usually have something from Green Bench in my refrigerator. So I've been trying to showcase them, at the start of the show as a local beer. And
that's a good idea. I like that because you could show us things from your area that we don't normally.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I gotta get some other local stuff as well.
Right.
So yeah, I will continue on that. So anyway, guys, good to see you all again on a Fandango Friday. Hope you all have a great weekend. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yes.
William the Conqueror.
Conquering the mellocorn. Have you ever been mellow? Have you ever been mellow? This was okay. Well, Ron.
Yeah, that was Linda. That was
Olivia.
Olivia.
Dropped your review the whole evening if you get
That
the
was before John had her fixed it up. And but anyway, mellocorn is surprisingly it's corn on the nose. You don't get the oak presence you would with a bourbon using the used barrels, but it's a little bit of that in there. But this is not a complex product, but I think for what it is, it's very good. I've had it many times, and I'll take a shot of it here now. Cheers on a Friday night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, 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 my friend. Now, in my state, William, that stuff is sold as a wine base at some of the stores in Georgia. Some of the like gas station service stations, but when you go to liquor stores, they got the real deal.
Yeah. On the taste, there's more of a oak presence or wood presence there is in the aroma. But this is like, I'm thinking like Frosted Flakes, sweet, sugary. When I'm tasting this. So if you like Kellogg's Frosted Flakes and you want to get a buzz, you might just really enjoy this. But like I said, it's rather unique. J.W. Danton used to have their own corn whiskey product, which was also owned by Heaven Hill, but it fell by the wayside. So this is pretty much the only show in town with this type of product. So I think it's very good, and as far as to me, it's a solid. I would give this a 95 for what it is. It's very good, and I think I'll chase it down now with a shot of the Four Loko pregame peach. Eat a peach for peace. That's what Dwayne Allman said. One of the most famous Allman Brothers albums was Eat a Peach. And 13.9% Alco Pop.
Greg Allman used to come to New Orleans all the time and shoot pool with my uncle.
Greg? Really? Greg?
Really?
Wayne's younger brother.
I love that song, Sweet Melissa.
Yeah, that's great. This is really very
If it wasn't
unoffensive.
for Dickie, that band wouldn't be popular.
Food is very well hidden on the aroma. So, cheers for 4 game. Nothing screaks pregame like drinking this.
Right.
Pregame. If you drink too much, there will be no game that follows.
Right. Definitely won't be a post game.
Pregame.
post game, everybody's taking a nap, right?
Here's pregame.
Well, depends on what you go to the game for. If you go to the game to get all drunk and messed up, yeah.
I've never seen that product before. Pre-game, I've only seen the cans. That's interesting. Is it similar stuff to what's in the cans?
No, but it's non-carbonated. No carbonation.
Non-carbonated flavored malt beverage. I've never seen it in the cans. I think you may be mistaking it for some other product. I don't think they make this in a can. I may be wrong, but it doesn't show on the website. But anyway.
Oh, he might have been asking if it was the same as the can for Loco.
Okay, no, the can for Loco is carbonated.
Okay, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like I said, the reason they introduced this was competing against the Johnny Bootlegger, which in my area is pretty popular. This is just anecdotally from my viewpoint, but many times I've been in a beer cooler and I'll see a guy come by and he'll just swipe 4 or 5 of them out. You know, he doesn't look at anything else. He wants Johnny Bootlegger. And there is a very loyal customer base for these products. That they don't, when they go into the convenience store or whatever, they're not looking at anything else.
No.
They're grabbing this and they're gone. They want to get a buzz quickly. But this really does hide the alcohol quite well. It's not boozy at all. Like I said, it avoids that medicinal sort of petroleum-like alcoholic or medicinal alcohol that a lot of these products do. I drank Jay one time had, I think it was Wild Irish Rose.
Yeah.
That thing, it was like motor oil. It was terrible. The way, it didn't mask the alcohol at all. I thought it was like 10W40 I'd pour in my motorcycle crankcase. It was terrible. And this is not terrible, which is scary in a way because people will drink it like it's a soda. And before you know it, the alcohol
is too short.
The alcohol is
waste more money on products like this.
I'm in control now. So. But anyway, for this, it's not really a product to be rated as far as, traditional ratings. I'll say it's drinkable. It's drinkable. That's what
Are you trying to convince us?
So it's like Taco Bell mild sauce.
It is. It's the mild. This it would be. It's not a grain or it's not guacamole.
Sounds like a train wreck.
This is mild. And
Hobo beer reviews. Uh-oh.
See what I have a glass here. I'll just put out a little bit of each and try a combination.
He's going to come back with something. You know what he's coming back with.
Now, William, again, your state has state-run liquor stores, correct?
They're all the same. You're right.
Boo, boo, boo. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah. When I lived in Mobile, thank goodness for Costco when they came to the Mobile area and, a few others, because the package stores there were very, very, very expensive in Alabama.
Yeah, well, there's no competition. There's no incentive for them to lower the prices. But it is what it is, and I will say that
if you went to Louisiana or Mississippi and you bought liquor, you had a good haul, and you went back to Alabama with that all stuff.
Man, I don't know. Prices in Mississippi aren't even worth the travel.
Well, that was back then. Going back.
William, you were going to say, but William was about to say, I was going to say what?
You had too much pregame going on.
One thing I will say, the employees tend to be very nice, and they're pretty well educated about the products. It's for something that's run by the state. I will say that, but, naturally I would prefer we had the competition. But we did get, recently, they brought the mellow corn to North Carolina, so I no longer have to make a trip to Kentucky to get that. That's nice. And, it is what it is. But anyway, I made a little shot of each one of these. I'm going to try this. This would be Mellow Peach. Mellow Peach.
All right.
Concoction. Cheers for Mellow Peach.
Cheers. You have my sympathy.
hope you got somebody there to help you out for agility. All right, this has turned into quite the show.
Wow. That was better than expected. Not bad, actually. They complement each other pretty well. I wouldn't drink much of it. I mean, you got 40% and 13. 40 and
How many more of those you think you can drink like that, William?
Pardon?
How many more of those you think you can drink like that?
I don't know. You talk about 40% and 14. That's 54 divided by 2. I put about equal amount. That's 27%. So, but
Okay.
anyway, not bad. Won't be having it on a regular basis, but for like Fandango Friday, I thought it would be appropriate. You know, it wouldn't be too lowbrow for that. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing too lowbrow for Fandango Friday.
right.
So,
before I came on, I drank another one of the Gruner after I ended my motorcycle ride. And one thing I noticed we didn't mention about Wednesday night was the Pilsner Urquell, which for me is the gold standard for that.
Yes,
Pilsner
I agree. I would agree on that.
And-
Pilsner Urquell.
That's one thing. that
disagree on
really
that
was
'cause the
missing.
price y'all got it for. Come on.
I thought about the Gruner. It just didn't have that flavor. There was something thin in the middle about it. It was missing, and that's what you find. It's amazing that the Pilsner Urquell tastes that good and is so low in ABV. It's like 4.4%, but yet it's full of flavor.
4.9.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Mine
No,
says
yeah,
4.9 on it.
No, wait, he's talking about the Pilsner Urquell is 4.4.
4.344, if my memory's correct. And it's chocolate flavor, and that's one thing that was a little bit missing in the Gruner, which was good on its own in isolation. But I was thinking after the fact, I said, I didn't even mention that was my reference Pilsner, the Pilsner Urquell, and so so that's why I
Good
thought
reference. Can't go wrong with that.
reference. It's about a half a grade to 1 grade below in the score, but it's good. I was drinking as we came on the air. And
Okay. Tonight we're looking at BSB 103. I'd like to make
Brown
this
sugar.
point in history right now of tastings. I have every panel's liquor in my collection right now. I have this one. I have this one. I have this one. And I have this one.
Man. Oh, well, that's the mango, though. But all
It
right.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Right. I still have them.
Nothing else
You don't.
matters.
You're just
Yeah, but
jealous.
if you
Stop
watch
being jealous.
if you watch Joni Loves
Stop
Chocolate,
being jealous. It's time out. This is my time for the review. I was
all right.
patient with everyone. Now you want to go on because you got your little pregame going on. You did this and you did that and you did this and now you got your beer muscles on. You're ready to. Okay, so it's coming at 103% alcohol. Yeah, this is surprising to me because it says it's a brown sugar bourbon with cinnamon flavors and caramel color. If you ask me, this is red hot bourbon. This tastes like red hots. Doesn't taste like brown sugar or anything. It tastes like red hots. So this tastes like a very hyped up alcohol liqueur. This tastes like a red hot liqueur. I'm tasting no bourbon. I'm tasting nothing that tastes like whiskey. I'm tasting red hots, and that's it.
Man. Oh, too much cinnamon. Too much cinnamon.
Just tastes like red hots.
Like maybe a little Fireball, possibly.
Yep. Kind of. It tastes like Fireball.
Wow.
So, like an extra strong Fireball. So,
Woo!
so if I had to score this off of just what it's called, I would give this a I give it a C. It's not a bad product. It's mislabeled. It calls itself bourbon. Doesn't taste like bourbon. It tastes like a liqueur. As Jean would say, it tastes like this guy here. Tastes like this.
Yeah, Fireball.
Or
When that came out, that was all the rage. That cinnamon
got
flavor
this
was
one.
all the rage. I went to a bar in Mobile,
Tennessee Fire.
downtown, St.
So
Francis.
these products, they taste what they say they taste like.
Jay, I'm glad you brought up the Rolling Stones website there, or the Brown Sugar. Oh, that's been running. That riff has been running through my head ever since.
Give us a score.
Ever since you said brown sugar,
Ever
huh?
since Brown Sugar, that riff has been
Man,
running.
I've seen the Rolling Stones three times, twice in the Superdome. The last time was after Mick's heart surgery. Very good. I got those tickets for $25 a piece. They were dropping them when Barry was coming through.
Hey, the Stones, see them while they can because, you know.
And the T-shirts were more expensive. They wanted $50 for a T-shirt. For a T-shirt, $50.
Enjoy these artists that are still around. The Stones, Aerosmith.
Man, those guys don't sound like they do on the radar. I mean, the radio. They don't. You just go in there to get this little thing in your head. You know, I'm old. Oh, I listened to this when I was a kid. And inside of your head, you know what you're listening to? You know what you're hearing? That song you heard on the radio. You're not listening to what you're hearing up there.
Well, I was going to say enjoy them while they can because they will be gone pretty soon. So enjoy those bands. All right, Green Label. All right, of the Johnny Walker.
Coming to a show near you.
Now, how do you score? What's the number? What's the number you give on a brown
I
sugar?
told you it's a C.
Like a 75?
Yep, straight up 75. I don't want to butcher it any more than that.
Yeah, okay.
I said it
It's
tastes
probably
good.
It's probably
It
good
just
to have
tastes
with
like bourbon. You know, here we are again. These companies, just like the beers, they put all these beers out. They stamp IPA on them, and they're far cry from an IPA.
Would it be good? Hey, David, will that be good for pouring into a tea, a little toddy?
I think it'd be good for anything. Just know this, okay? It's not a bourbon. You're basically getting a hyped up Fireball. So if you take Fireball, anything you can do with Fireball, you can do with this.
Really?
I think so. And probably the alcohol one's better.
If anybody's got any show and tell before we get off the air or promos, oh yes.
It's that time of the season, kids. Fall and the McCollums be dropping out them trees. And what does a beta do with them? Boom, make that McCollum ale. That's right. It says go nuts, go nuts, go nuts. That's right. That's how we spell go here. GEAUX.
Go Tigers. And my words of Edo,
like Coach O would say, and this is rocking in at 5.2% alcohol. This is McCollum ale. It's got a little story on the back on how they make it and all that. I ain't gonna bore you with that.
Yeah, it's good.
Willamita hops in them. We know about them.
Well, yeah.
Go Tigers, go Tigers. Edo Bennett, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Hey, Dave, did you finish off your Elysian pumpkin beers?
I did not. Those are going to be highlighted in reviews soon. I did try 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that package.
It's a good one. I'm telling you. Jay and I were talking about this. How some of these beer companies, they'll go ahead and they'll stuff them through with beers that aren't selling just to get rid of them. This pack is solid. I mean, solid.
Okay.
Every one of them are good. There's a coffee one. There's an imperial. There's an imperial pumpkin. There's the pumpkin ale, and there's a
Nighthawk.
pumpkin. I think. Yeah, but the cafe latte, whoo, man, that one's good. If you like coffee lattes with the pumpkin flavor, you're gonna love this. Let me show you this one. This one's fantastic looking.
What the hell?
That's still around, huh?
And he is smoking it on that label.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Is he breathing in coffee, or is that a bowl he's smoking in?
Nah, that's coffee. That's coffee.
That's coffee. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought it was a bowl.
A bowl of coffee.
Yeah, but I haven't tried that one yet. Oh man, this to me this is the one out of the whole pack that I love the most. Even though they're all beautiful beers, and yeah, we'll be highlighting those come the month of October. So we'll save those since those are beautiful.
Yeah, so we have a pumpkin beer night coming up. Pumpkin beer night. Now, Sean, any promos or any show and tell?
Sipping on that Modelo.
Hello. No, nothing. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, guys. I don't know. I'm good. I've enjoyed the Cruzan rum for sure, and no particular promos except feel free to check out Elbow 88 here on YouTube. That would be.
Here's one for you, Elbow. The mango rum or Cruzan.
Yeah. I see that they've got a lot of different flavors and stuff.
Yeah.
So
a lot of these rum and vodka companies do that with their products. They're almost like mix those and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the garage sale finds.
Okay, cool.
Now I was watching some of your content at the piano.
What?
I asked you about The Last Waltz.
Oh yeah, I definitely enjoyed that movie. I mean, it's a great classic little movie to see that era bands. You know, Joni Mitchell, the band, and I forget everybody else that was there, but yeah.
Muddy Waters was there.
Yeah.
They have a group of guys that get together at the Singer Theater in New Orleans, and they call it The Last Waltz. And man, these guys, they play for like an hour and a half without stopping. And people in there smoking bowls or getting high, all that stuff at the Singer.
Elbow, one more question. I know Dr. John performed at the Last Waltz show in San Francisco. You like Dr. John or not?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's right. He's a New Orleans guy. I saw him here a few years back. He was paired up with Bonnie Raitt, and it was a great show.
Cool.
Yeah, Dr. John, he's great. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he died 5 years ago at age 78. But
yeah,
he did a good job.
Lived a long life.
You know, you guys out in New Orleans, you got that voodoo thing going on, and he was a voodoo guy. You know, he always had this strange cane and strange dress, and
his persona.
He was an interesting character for sure.
He said one time in an interview, I watched an interview one time, and he said, if I hadn't have got shot in the finger, I'd probably still be playing the guitar.
Yeah. Well, he's a great piano player. I can only aspire to be as good as he was, for sure.
Now, William, any promos or show and tell?
I've got a couple of notes I'd like to mention. That today, I picked up 2 of the Oktoberfest beers. So I've got a domestic and a imported to choose from. I went to Total Wine while I was out riding. And while I was there, I happened to see Buzzballs now has a party size.
Yeah.
75-liter ball.
Yes, the big one. I've seen that.
Big one. Price was $20.99 at Total Wine.
Yeah.
If you shop around, you could probably find it for about $17.99 in a couple.
You could also burn up $10 to $20 gas shopping around trying to find
I know. I'm just saying, if you happen to be riding around.
Like I said, I wasn't doing that for Henry McKenna. Going around like a crazy man. You got Henry McKenna.
It wouldn't be worth it, Jean.
Go, man.
I might be doing a mash whiskey next week, but we shall see. Not mash. Excuse me, a rye whiskey next week.
Oh, right. Okay. Now, okay, back to William. Okay, he's talking.
I had some coupons Total Wine sent me in my email inbox, so I got 2 of those to try, and so I it goes to. It's talking
All right,
about
I gotta what to do.
Okay, hold on. Let William talk, and then you can talk. Okay.
Guys, we're talking about music there for a minute. Something I saw recently was an interview with Skunk Baxter. He said in the 70s, the Doobie Brothers were playing at LSU Coliseum there. Tom Johnson, at that time, he was the lead singer, the leader of the band. He got sick and couldn't perform. So they had to announce they couldn't perform the show. He said, you can either get your money back or come back in 10 days and we'll have another show. Afterwards, Skunk Baxter got on the phone and he called Michael McDonald and said, get your ass down here tomorrow morning. You're joining the Doobie Brothers. He came down, they practiced 1 week, and then they fulfilled the show at LSU at the Coliseum at Louisiana State University. And that's how Michael McDonald got in the band.
Really?
It changed the course of that band's future.
Really? That's some kind of story.
Michael McDonald, what a voice, what a voice. It keeps you running.
That's how he got in the band.
Keeps you running.
And do you know where the Doors, Jim Morrison's last live performance was with the Doors?
Paris?
No, I'd say it would be in Louisiana.
Yeah, it was at New Orleans, at a warehouse. It was a concert hall called a warehouse.
That was, yeah.
A warehouse.
A lot of bands played.
Everybody called it the warehouse, but I think the actual name was a warehouse. But Jim Morrison and the Doors performed there in December. December 1970, and it was a disaster.
I think Wet Willie cut their live album at the warehouse, which was actually
and Henry also died in New Orleans.
Was actually what? You said it was actually what?
Freeze frame.
No, Williams said Wet Willie cut a live album at the warehouse, and he said it was actually, and then he got cut off.
It was their best album, really.
Oh.
Because they were a live band. They were a bar band who were at their best when they were performing live. And that, a hall that size really captures the energy where the fans are really into it and such, that you're not playing like a 20,000 seat arena. And that was a really good album. I like Wet Willie. I thought they were a Southern rock band, but rather than having a lot of guitar solos, they were more soulful.
Yeah.
That was not Skinner and the Allman Brothers. There were other bands that had a different skew of Southern influences.
Well, folks, we could keep talking, but we can't. Well, I appreciate everybody joining. It's been a great hangout. It's been going on a long time, but we had a lot of good, productive talk. It wasn't just a bunch of blabber. So we brought a lot of interesting products, not all the greatest stuff, but you had Mellow Corn, a classic, Cruzan, a classic, Henry McKenna, a classic in its own way, for 63 years. I don't know about BSB and Stillhouse, but yeah. But anyway, next Friday
to Shohei Ohtani, 50-50. Shohei,
50 home runs.
Shohei,
50
6 for 6.
No. It's not 50-50. It's not 50-50. It's 51-51. I heard that this morning. 51-51.
Only person in the major leagues history
to do that.
To hit 50.
Isn't that guy we got the bobblehead of? What's his name?
What was that song? Sammy Hagar, 51-50.
Yeah. 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in one season, and
what's his name?
He hit 3 home runs last night. The first time he ever hit 3 home runs in a game in his career.
Hello, what is this dude's name?
Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani, he's amazing. Yeah.
His stat line last night was 6 for 6, 10 RBIs, 5 base hits.
What's great is that the Dodgers are going to be in the playoffs, so we get to see him. So that's awesome.
Is it this dude?
when
No,
Yes.
no. That's Sin Shoot. That's a Korean player.
He just missed hitting for the cycle. He tried to
Hey,
stretch a
Korean.
double into a triple, and they had a perfect relay throw, and they caught him at third base.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that highlight.
Had they not executed that perfectly, he would have had a triple, and therefore he would have had to hit the cycle. But that's one of the greatest nights ever major league players had, as far as statistically, and a great season he's had.
Yeah, and the Dodgers look. It is fair to say these baseball players about to start in 2 weeks is wide open. There's no clear cut favorite.
Right,
No.
there's no team going to win 100 games this year.
No.
There's no
I mean, the
dominant.
Diamondbacks
team.
have a chance. We all know a lot of things need to be settled in the National League for the wild card. But I think it's fair to say whoever gets in, I think the playoffs is very wide open. Anyone could win the World Series.
Well, anyway, it didn't do Seattle any good. Back in the years ago, Seattle would win 100 games every year, and then they go to playoffs and bomb out when they had
Exactly.
it. So what good does it do them? You know.
Seattle one year won 116 games. They were 116 and 46. Amazing. When Lou Piniella was the manager.
Yeah.
But they lost to the
Remember,
Yankees.
the Yankees in '98, they won 100 whatever some games and ended up winning the World Series. You know, but by then the National League was not as strong as it is now. You know, the Yankees were dominating everything at that time. I remember when they played the Padres in that World Series in '98, and I don't know how that turned out.
But in baseball, if you can get hot in the playoffs like the Braves did a few years ago and win a World Series, it's all
2021, 3 years
pitching
ago.
defense and
Yeah, you're right.
right time, and not the team that had the best record over the course of 162 games.
It's who gets hot in the playoffs.
Baseball is like
yeah.
the NBA pretty much follows according to script. The best teams wind up in the finals. In baseball,
And you got to have the best. You got to have the best pitching. If your pitching's good, you're winning.
Well, it's the same with the NFL. Look at the New York Giants. Lousy teams twice. Lousy teams in the regular season go to the playoffs in the Super Bowl.
I don't like the Cowboys, and I love the Saints. They whipped their ass last Sunday. They really put it on the Cowboys. That was great to see Jerry Jones sitting up in his grocery box.
Sipping that water. He was sipping that water, and he was staring at the head coach like Jimmy Conway was staring at Maury and Goodfellas.
And where have you gone, Jimmy Johnson?
This game Sunday, huge. Cowboys and Ravens, huge.
Wait, I thought you were going to talk about an even more important game: the Philadelphia Eagles at the New Orleans Saints.
That's a big one too.
Man, I thought some other important games like LSU and Tulane.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The
Ravens?
As the drinking sets
Mason Dixie line.
As the drinking sets in, we're gonna slip on out of here before we go too far. All right, bye. Thank you, Jean. Close this out, Jean.
Okay. Bye-bye. LSU Tulane. Bye-bye, North America. Bye-bye, world. Enjoy the weekend. Bye-bye.